So I think like I think well I know when you doing this, when you on this, like when you decide to separate from the in crowd and decide to walk by yourself, for some people it might be difficult, but for me personally, it wasn't hard for me to leave people behind and leave. It was at first. It was at first, but I didn't understand what was going on. And I definitely wasn't thinking about self love, self discovery, spirituality. I wasn't thinking about none of that shit. A situation happened that kind of forced me to leave a lot of my old life behind me and the people in it, and it killed me inside because it was like, damn, I missed that shit. Now, I wasn't missing nothing, in hindsight. It was bullshit, you know what I mean? But it was just that was my life. That was my everyday shit, you know what I'm saying? So, I thought it was something, but uh in hindsight it wasn't nothing at all. It was the best thing that happened to me. It was the start of what it is today, what I am today. And I didn't even know at the time. I had no way of knowing, but um for people that's on a self-reflecting, self-love, self-discovery type of journey right now in their lives, um you going the reason that it's just gonna only be you, and you're gonna look around and realize that it's just you, is because everybody in your life, 100% of the people in your life, um they stuck where they stuck in the matrix, or uh they just stuck where they at. And if you becoming more conscious of shit, you know what I'm saying, and you waking up, um for me, I can speak for me. I i like it like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like being solo. It's less stress, it's less drama, it's less chaos. um but even when if you trying to still bridge the gap and still be cool with people and have relationships with people, it's still not gonna work out, because like, they gonna think you crazy, for one, and for two, it's just, y'all ain't gonna have nothing in common. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really accept like what it is, and move on. um and a lot of people, for me, I know they're not gonna understand it. They're gonna look at me like I'm evil, or what I mean, I'm a fucked up person. But people that's not in my life on a day-to-day basis, that's my family, or that we got the same last name or some shit, if they transition, I'm not even going to their funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no need for me to do none of that. Because while we out here functioning, and while we out here getting up every day to go about our days and stuff like that, and you know it's nothing tragic is happening, people people don't check on you. People don't see if you're okay. People will hear about your situations. People will hear about your good and your bad, and it'll just be that. It won't be, oh, I want to reach out, or I want to help, or I want, you know what I mean? So for me, that's the thing that I noticed. And that's like the top of the, that's like at the top. Like, well, so you wouldn't go to someone's funeral, or that's your family member. Like, no, I wouldn't, because when we're out here in the world, and we're functioning, and we're doing whatever we're doing, we have no ties, we have no communication. Same with friends. Like, I went to school with a lot of people, I know people, but we no longer have that relationship. So if something happened to you, unfortunately, would I be there? No, because as time go on, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you no longer know that person. You know of that person. You know who that person was to you, or what you remember about that person, but you don't know that person. You don't know what they into, what they been getting into. So like, I'm like there with it. Like, you know what I mean? It could be that serious to a lot of people. And I mean, I'm super detached from all of that. You know what I mean? And I'm embracing it because um it's the best thing for you. It's the best thing for, I can't even say what it is for everybody else, but for me, it's the best thing that's happened to me because you get to see people for who they are. You get to really see past the bullshit um that you used to be sold on. You know what I mean? But I think the craziest thing, but the most common thing is like you no longer have things in common when you should be able to have things in common with people about self-discovery and um you know just getting to know who you are and bettering yourself and things that you do on a day-to-day that consist of self-love and all of those things. You should be able to have a conversation and talk to people about those things, but you only can really talk to people about what's going on Instagram, what's trending, what happened, what violence happened, uh like I said, who's trending on the internet. That's like the only shit that you can really have in common with people today. So for me, um it could be people that I love. Like, it's people that used to be a part of my life that, I had love for, but that can't outweigh, what I'm doing for myself or who I'm trying to become. And a lot of times, you know, uh, we can be distracted. We can be, we can become sidetracked, because of things like that, or because of those relationships, or the attachment. But I'm more important than everybody on this earth that is having a physical experience. Like, I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? If I'm not together, if I'm not taken care of, if I'm not prioritized, then how can I prioritize someone else? How can I love someone else? And that's down to like everything, anybody. I don't have to go into specifics, but you have to prioritize yourself. And so it's like, it'd be crazy to me when people like hit me up out the blue and, kind of just expect things to like, pick up where they left off, or for us to still have this same type of chemistry. And it used to be like that for me because I was the same person. Like, we shared things in common. I was on the same bullshit they was on. But as I started this self-discovery journey and this, started getting more into my spiritual side, it don't hit the same. Like, I'm not that person I used to be. You know what I'm saying? So certain things I don't accept, you know what I mean, for my life. And I'll never be that person again. So, and that's not like a bad thing for me. That's an amazing thing for me. But for a lot of people, that might leave a bad taste in their mouth. Because, see, people want to see you for who you are or who you used to be. And they want to keep you there. They want to keep you as that. Nigga, you ain't changed. Nigga, who you? Nigga, cut that shit out. Nigga, you such and such. Like, and like I said, even when you start to discover things and see the world for what it really is, people gonna call you crazy. They're not gonna understand you. And that's okay. So for me, like, that's my thing now. Like, I just be in my bubble. Because I don't even want to even have to explain. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to feel like I'm tripping. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm going the right way. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, man. Like, when you on this journey, I think that hinders people. But I want to just say, don't let that be the reason why you can't reach your highest and your fullest potential, because you can't let go of old friendships, people, mom, dad, kid. Like, you can't let nothing like set you back or keep you where you at. You know what I mean? Keep you stagnant. Like, you gotta go forward full speed, you know what I mean, and bet on yourself, and just keep doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? Keep uncovering, keep discovering, keep unlocking. You know, the focus is you. And then when you get situated, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna really even want to entertain certain things or be around certain people, because again, they not gonna match your energy. They gonna be like kind of low, you gonna be like real high up, you know what I mean? So, but if you want to, of course, your kids, that's a no-brainer, but you got to get yourself right first. And that's what I tell myself. I try to remind myself of that. Like, I got to get me situated first, and then, you know, you want to fill other cups up, then you can do that. But when you lead an in crowd and you start walking by yourself, shit gonna get weird. Shit gonna be different. Like I said, I mean, I knew some decent people, but, you know, even in knowing decent people, that's cool and everything, but a lot of decent people that you may know, they want to stay where they at. You know what I mean? And that's when it get tricky, because that can keep you there too. Like, they can be decent and you can know that they decent, but you got to keep it moving. You know what I mean? Nobody is bigger than the journey. Nobody is bigger than the path. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's bigger than your program. Nobody's bigger than your calling or whatever it is, your purpose. You know what I mean? Your happiness, your sanity. So, you know, that was just something that I wanted to just touch base on. I'm experiencing that. I've been experiencing that. And, you know, just, you know, wanted to just, you know, chop that up a little bit. But yeah.